What's up? What's up? Sorry about that.
Ah,
I
I know it's okay. Don't you worry. I think everybody was so excited. A lot of people from Tokyo calling in and saying they're so excited to chat to
Oh
you from
wow.
Ghana as well. So a lot of excitement has been going into this. Kofi, we make sure to ask fans on social media to ask the questions to
Yeah.
you. But first off, how are you doing?
I'm great. I always feel bad saying it because I know that a lot of people are kind of very adversely affected by the pandemic and Corona and all that. But for me, in the glass half full mentality, it's allowed me to spend so much time with my family. Obviously we're not doing WWE shows anywhere, just in Orlando every, like 2 weeks or so. And the positive thing about that is that I've been able to spend so much time with my family, with my kids. So I'm
Yeah.
just focus on that, and it's just been great. It's just been great to be able to do that.
Oh, that is very nice, because especially because we've been watching you so dedicated to WWE for such a long time, since 2007. So it's really refreshing to hear you saying that you're taking this break in positivity. But let's get down to the questions that the fans have asked throughout the week, because we're quite excited about it. So Lindsay asks, how did it feel to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania last year?
Oh man, I'll try to be short with this answer, but it's a very long answer because it obviously took 11 years of fighting for me to be able to get the chance to even wrestle for the WWE title. And for me, I grew up a WWE fan, and I would always imagine myself wrestling for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That was the vision that I had when I was a kid. And I finally achieved my dream of becoming a WWE superstar. And that, like, to be able to just say that is awesome, because there's so many people in this world who aren't able to live out their dreams. So finally, after 11 long hard years, I get the opportunity to wrestle for the WWE Championship. And it was amazing because the amount of support that I had was incredible. And I didn't realize it, but over that 11-year period, I was kind of building a lot of equity with the fans, and being able to put on memorable matches allowed them to just want me to be at the top and have a chance to do that. So from that perspective, it was great. Had the support of my peers. Everybody in the locker room was ecstatic about me being able to be in that position. Obviously, with Big E and Xavier, we had talked about doing just that, like getting to that point. And having one of us hold the WWE Championship. So the fact that I got to do that for them was crazy. My family was in the crowd.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my dad had never been to a WrestleMania. He finally got to go. My
Oh,
kid
Kofi.
got to go in the ring with me and experience like the pinnacle of my career. So all the sacrifices that I've made, like not being home, missing birthdays, and missing holidays, they got to feel like why the reason that all of that happened, like the benefit of all the sacrifice. So and then my wife too, she sacrificed so much. So for me to be able to share that moment with her, it was just an all-encompassing moment. And then talking about, like, for people of color who hadn't seen an African champion, so now
Yeah,
I'm the source of all this motivation that anything is truly possible,
inspiration. Yeah.
so for me, that's it's a very empowering thing. And I think at the end of the day, like, as cool as this is being my dream job, it's more important for me to influence people in a positive way. And then beyond race, it's like, if anybody out there has had any kind of struggle where they've questioned if they should keep on going and pursue their dream, or
Yeah.
pursue what they want to do, or stop, they can look to my story and see that even if it takes you over a decade of grinding, you can still achieve your dream. And it's the greatest thing ever. So yeah, it's very humbling to be the centerpiece, or just the source of all this motivation for so many people, and that really excites me and motivates me as a person.
Wow, Kofi, I think someone actually just commented now, and Poppy was saying that she's about to cry. Such a touching story, because sometimes you don't even realize how you inspire so many people. And you're talking about took you over a decade. It meant so much to you and your family, but how many lives it touched. Then you go over to Ghana in 2019. That must have been such a special moment to crown that championship.
Yes, it was. It was incredibly special. My mom had been wanting me to go back to Ghana for a very, very long time, and I had a chance to go back after college. But I was like, oh, I want to look for jobs. I got to, get my resume right. And then I didn't go. And all of a sudden life starts happening, and then I didn't have the chance to be able to go to Ghana or even go on any vacations as a WWE superstar. So when I got to go, I hadn't been in 26 years. The last time I had gone back was in 7th grade. So for me to go back at that point was amazing, you know. And then on top of that, the president had declared it as the year of return, you know. So all members of the Ghanaian diaspora were invited to Ghana to go back with their history and their culture. And for me to win the WWE Championship at that time, you know, I'm a very big believer in serendipity. Everything happens for a reason. So if I were to win the WWE Championship earlier in my career, it would have been cool. But for me to have to fight for 11 years and have to wait that long, and then finally it's paid off, and now I can take this championship and go back to the country that I was born and show little kids who have the same name as me, you know, and other Ghanaian names, that there is a very popular Ghanaian name on the most prestigious title in the history of wrestling. That's very powerful, you know, and to see that look in their eyes like, oh my God. And now that excites me again, because I'm just like, man, like, I hope that this moment inspires you to go off and do whatever it is that you want to do. I'll probably never know, but it excites me, the potential, you know, that someone can go out and just be whatever they want to be and use my story as a little bit of an inspiration in pushing them towards that goal. So it was just crazy out there. I got to visit with the president, you know, the Ashanti as well. And I met
a hero's welcome, really.
Yeah, it was really crazy. Everybody was just so excited to see me. And I was really excited to be there too. So definitely, it's hard to believe that was like over a year ago, because it still feels like yesterday, you know. But it was just a really amazing experience. Probably one of the best experiences that I've ever had in my entire life.
Another question relating to that, Kojo asks, how does it feel to be the first African-born WWE champion? And do you feel pressured?
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling. It's hard to believe that I am the first. You know what I'm saying? Like, there will never be another first. So for me to be that, and again, for all the reasons that I mentioned before about being able to inspire people to go out and achieve their dreams, yeah, it's incredibly important, you know, because I was just a kid that had a dream, and only because I decided to be brave enough to go follow my dream did all of this happen, you know. And it wasn't even supposed to happen, right? Because if Ali doesn't get hurt, then I don't wrestle in the Elimination Chamber. People don't show their massive support for me, and then things don't shift. So yeah, I feel very serendipity to be in that position. Serendipity again, right? So yeah.
Amara then asks, which championship have you enjoyed holding the most?
Oh, I'd be hard pressed to not say the WWE Championship, but all of them are great to hold, because you know, everyone doesn't get to hold a title, and I've been really lucky to have held a lot of titles in WWE, you know, especially the tag team title. Now 8 times with the New Day, 3 other times with other partners, and you know, we're just getting started. So it's it feels good to hold any championship, because it kind of just shows that you are at the pinnacle of your game, right? It shows that you are at the top. So yeah, it just feels good to represent at the highest level.
That's what's up. So Sarah asks, what's your favorite match with the New Day?
Favorite match with the New Day? It's got to be any match that we have with the Usos. I feel like tag team wise, they are our rivals, and in the best way possible, because we just gel in the ring. There's always some people that you wrestle and you know you have like a really good like sense of chemistry and a good relationship with them. We're friends outside of the ring. We play video games together all the time.
I've seen.
When we get in the ring, it's always just like us trying to just like to raise the bar, you know, and I feel like that whole entire series that we had with the Usos, I think in like, actually, you know, from like 2016 all the way through like 2019 or something like that, every match got like progressively better, and that's what you try to do every time you go into the ring. So any match with the Usos, you can pick which one. They're all awesome.
And Brandon says, you know, we've been watching you on social media with New Day. You talk about the video games and so forth. What's with the pancakes becoming such a massive part of New Day?
It's funny trying to explain this, because it doesn't make sense, you know. So what essentially happened, and this happens with a lot of the stuff that we do. We wear unicorn horns, we wear pink, you know, and then you just see us and it's like, who are these guys? But none of it makes sense how we got there. As far as the Pancakes are concerned, we had a lumberjack match where it was me and Big E taking on Kevin Owens and Sam Zayn. And Woods was one of the lumberjack, but he's part of the team. So he was the chief jack. He was the chief lumberjack. He was a little bit above everybody else. So he dressed up as an actual lumberjack where he wore like a hat and he wore like a flannel vest and, you know, cut off the sleeve. He's out there like a real lumberjack. And everyone knows that lumberjacks eat pancakes. So he came out with a whole tray full of pancakes. And the whole match, I don't think anyone was even like paying attention to it because the whole time the crowd was chanting, "We want pancakes." So then the next week, we told Vince, we said, "Hey man, can we bring these pancakes out again?" And he was like, "Oh, do you want to do it?" And we're like, "Yeah." Okay, go ahead. And that was it. So then we came out and we just started throwing pancakes. Now you have people that have signs with, you know, "We want pancakes," like "Pancake me here." They have like big bullseye targets.
Pancake me,
you know?
yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And just when we think that like we want to move on from the pancakes, we see all the support and the just like the desire and the fervor that people want when it comes to pancakes. So it's like, well, we got to give them what they want, you know? So yeah, that's the story.
I'm definitely making traditional South African pancakes after this. They're really, really great. Maybe you should try them out as well. They're called pannakooka. Pannakooka. Very, very nice. Roland asked, how did your WWE journey start?
How did it start? So I feel like when you're a kid, everyone tells you that you can be whatever you want to be, you know? And then for whatever reason, when you become an adult, if you go to try to do something that's outside the box, that's not like, okay, climb the corporate ladder, you know, get as high as you can, you know, graduate college, graduate high school.
Suit and tie life.
Now you got a suit and tie. You know, if you start living outside of that box, all of a sudden people look at you and like, well, what are you doing? You know, you can't do that. That's not, I want to be a WWE superstar. Well, you're too small. You're not 6'5". You're not 300 pounds. You could never be a WWE superstar. So then I start to kind of fall into that same trap where, you know, you live your life according to why the way that people want you to live it, you know? And then I realized I wasn't really fulfilled. I was sitting in that cubicle with a big iMac computer in my suit, you know, my clothes didn't fit right. And I'm just like, this cannot be the rest of my life, you know? So I decided to try to follow my dream and I started training. So I would work like 8-9 hour days and I would drive an hour to the wrestling school that I trained at, the Chaotic Training Center. And then I would train there for like 2 hours. Then I'd drive an hour home. I did that like 5 days a week. And then we had a tryout there. Yeah, it was really intense, but I knew like the feeling of me walking into the ring for the first time versus into the cubicle for the first time was like night and day. Like I walked into the ring and I was like, man, like this is where I'm supposed to be, you know? So we had a tryout and at the time I was Kofi Kingston from Kingston, Jamaica, you know, Wagwan. So, and I'd never been to Jamaica before, you know, but it was a character that so it got me noticed. And then they were like, okay, we want to try to give you a job. We want you to come down to Atlanta and be in our developmental program. And I was like, done. You know, within 2 weeks, I was packed and ready to go. My wife and I, we drove down, and then the rest is history. So I tell people out there, like, if you have a dream, you owe it to yourself to try to follow it. If you don't do it, at least you can look in the mirror and say, you know what? I tried as hard as I could. I gave it everything I had, and it didn't work out. But the opposite, or the inverse is like, if you get to the end of your life, and you're thinking, man, I didn't really do this right. Man, I could have done so much more. You don't get another chance. So, yeah, you just got to go out there and pursue your dream. It worked out for me, and it's the best thing in the world. You know, I get to meet a lot of great people. I get to have awesome interviews like this, you know, and reach out and connect with people. So, I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Oh, this is so inspiring, Kofi. You know, many times a lot of people go out and just do what they have to do, especially like you're saying, suit and tie kind of life. And if you put some passion into what you want to get, it's so much more rewarding at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. And I understand too. I'm not like knocking people. Some people love cubicle life. You know, you love the predictability of being able to go in and you know what your day is going to be like. You know, you're going to go in, you know, you're going to take a tongue lashing from your boss, you know, and you're going to be mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Some people love that. That's fine. But for me, it didn't work. And if it doesn't work for you and you are not happy doing what it is that you're doing, find something that you're passionate about and pursue it. And you never know where that path is going to lead you. But if you never try, then you're going to be stuck in the same exact rut for as long as you decide to, you know what I mean? Like not pursue your dream. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Moving on to the other questions. Josh asks, who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Woo! For me, it's always like a little rotation between Rey Mysterio, because he was always small, and everyone told me I was too small, and I would look at
Yeah,
Ray and be like, "Oh, he can be a
yeah,
world
yeah.
champion. Maybe I can too."
Look at you
Shawn
now.
Michaels, one of the greatest of all time, if not
Yeah,
the greatest. His matches are incredible. I could go on for hours
iconic.
about his talent and his ability. And then Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, because I was really into martial arts and high flying, and he was kind of a hybrid of both. He would come out breathing fire with these like loud and like extravagant colors and outfits. He would have a Komodo dragon, and like I emulate a lot of the stuff that he did. I mean, I don't have a Komodo dragon. I have pancakes. I like unicorns. We wear unicorn horns out there, and we come out with this extravagantness, if that's even a word, extravagance, and I try to emulate that, and the high flying as well, and the martial arts,
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my three.
Look at you, Kofi. You talk about being extravagant, but I mean, you've used things like a chair as a pogo stick, so you've also gone as far as you can.
It's true.
Um,
You got to be resourceful out there. Yeah.
yeah. Adam asks, who is your dream opponent?
Dream opponent was always Shawn Michaels, and I've said this in a few interviews before. A few years back at a WrestleMania, after our match with the League of Nations, we got to be in there with Mick Foley, Stone Cold, and Shawn Michaels. And granted, we didn't have a match, but he and I got to twerk together in front of like hundreds of thousands of people. So to
Twerk.
me, yeah, that's right. You know what I said? I said twerk.
Twerk.
That's what I said. That's right. Got to shake my hips, turn around, and show my backside to the world with my hero, So to me, that's almost better than a match. So yeah, that beats the dream.
Yeah, no, that is definitely something that a lot of people would like to do. So Neil Sa asks, what is your definition of a fan, to Kofi?
Definition of a fan is just somebody who supports what it is that we do, and they love the show that we put on, right? So I feel like WWE fans are unlike any other fans that exist in sports, because oftentimes we'll go to shows and you'll see people with their families just waiting outside, lined up. They even have to put like barricades up so they can't just like be in the parking lot, but they'll just wait there and watch and just hope to get a glimpse of their favorite superstars. And if they're lucky enough, some of us will go over and kind of like say what's up, sign some autographs, take pictures and all that. But I feel like in no other sport do you have fans that just like wait by the parking lots of professional sports teams, just watch them like drive in and out, right? Like this is dedication. And not to mention just the amount of support that we have in the ring, right? Like people come in and they're so passionate. They're so happy when they, stick their hands out and they catch a t-shirt, and then you can see the kids turn around to their family like, oh my God, like I got. And that again, like to us feels so good, because that's, without the WWE universe there, we don't have jobs. There's nothing, this doesn't exist. So for us to be able to go out and put smiles on those faces, and people who are so dedicated, like not just in the US, but all over the world, everywhere we go, there's so many people that are just huge fans. So yeah, we're really, really fortunate to have such a real strong fan base in WWE for sure.
I must also say I had a lot of Kofi Kingston's following me today. It's quite testament to how popular WWE is across the world. Final question, because you've answered about the cubicle. There was a question from Arison. He says, if you weren't doing WWE, what would you be doing? Because you've said that you won't return to the cubicle, but what else would you be doing?
I always had two goals as a child. It was either to be a WWE superstar or to be a professional video game tester. And I don't know like what that means or how people would get paid for doing that, but I was always in the video games. And so now actually, Xavier Woods, my tag team partner, runs a YouTube channel called Up, Up, Down, Down. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe, and you get to watch your favorite WWE superstars have like video game contests, competitions with each other. We play each other, have tournaments. And then there's also segments where you can get to know your favorite WWE superstar. And oftentimes like we get paid to play games. So now I'm just like, oh my God, like I've accomplished both of my childhood goals. You know what I mean? I'm like, cause nowadays, like people talk about, you know, my parents always used to tell me, or people, adults would say, like, you gotta stop playing video games. You know, you're not making any money. And now it's like, well, we get paid to play games, so you know,
Exactly.
you prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said, I'm blessed to be kind of living out both of my dreams right now.
Ah, Kofi, it was such a blessing. I actually don't even want to stop talking to you, but
Yeah.
unfortunately we have to, because I do know that you are a busy man. It was honestly such a pleasure having a chat to you. But of course, a lot of people have been coming through, showing you love. Final words to all those who love you so much.
Yes, thank you guys always for your support. Again, with WrestleMania last year, it took me probably a good like 72 hours to get through all of my messages. And I had people from all over just like showing support and showing love. And I'm just always so appreciative of that fact. Because like I said, at the end of the day, I'm just a dude who likes to wrestle. You know what I mean? And I've been so fortunate to meet so many great people that, you know, that are just awesome, you know. So thank you guys for being awesome, you know. And I just appreciate your support so much for myself, for the New Day. For over 10 years, you guys have always had my back. So thank you for all of that. Appreciate y'all.
Kofi, thank you so much for this midweek inspiration. I really am thankful for having a chat with you. And I'm definitely going to be having pancakes and some coffee for supper.
Nice. Any meal of the day works. Pancakes at any given time of day. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you so much. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
All right. See you guys.
That was really a very nice chat with Kofi Kingston. Do make sure to check out the WWE channel. It is on 128, and also keep it locked right here on SuperSport TV's Instagram page, because next week we'll have a new WWE star in our lives. Until then, goodbye, take care, and enjoy your day.